Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I want to continue my little series, if you will, of comparing players. You guys know I did yesterday morning early. I record, you guys know, the night before, and so I release it. Some people think I'm up, man, but I released it at 3 in the morning. But I record at night. So it's not, I'm not up that early in the morning, man. You guys know I have a work schedule. So I try to work these things in and record the night before, which I'm currently doing right now. And it'll release early in the morning, like at 3 in the morning. That way I'm able to work the same schedule because I work long days, long hours. So that way I'm kind of able to move and groove that way. So I did a comparison yesterday morning with Miller Moss and Jaden Mayava early yesterday morning. It released at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And, I just kind of wanted to continue on this road. And one of the things I want to do this morning is compare Jamil Muhammad, who you guys know I was very high on, with Josiah Stewart out of the University of Michigan. Now, these guys' career kind of run parallel. They kind of run the same. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Josiah Stewart came from Coastal Carolina. Essentially in the same conference as, I think they're in the same conference as Georgia State, but they played Georgia State. And you guys know, coincidentally, Jamil Muhammad came from Georgia State. So these guys kind of have the same type of same type of career path, if you will. And these guys will meet on the same field as next year as we go to Michigan and play the University of Michigan. Now, both of them coincidentally stand at 6 foot. Well, Jamil Muhammad told me, Jay, I'm 6'2". So Jamil Muhammad is 6'2", 245 pounds, and Josiah Stewart is 6'1", 245 pounds. I want to compare these guys. Why I think Jamil Muhammad is comparable, essentially the same player as Josiah Stewart. Josiah Stewart just had different personnel around him, and as a result, he flourished a little more. He had the bigger defensive tackles. They had the guys seniors that rotated out. And so, of course, we had guys like Bear Alexander, Solomon Byrd, who, absolutely balled out. But I think Josiah might have had the edge as far as not play-wise, and I'll show you guys why, because I got the numbers to compare. But I'm talking about from a defensive tackle standpoint, he probably had more guys up front, like a Graham and the other guy. I can't even think of his name. And so let's take a look at some of these guys, man. And this is the first one we're going to take a look at. It's Jamil Muhammad. Now, I want you guys, like I said, 6'2", 240 pounds, but Jamil Muhammad was absolutely impressive. There were so many guys that wasn't high on Jamil Muhammad. You guys know last year I told you guys he is an absolute defensive upgrade, and we get a chance to get him back. Jamil Muhammad is going to return. But I think a guy like Jamil Muhammad, man, he's going to flourish in this coaching staff. You guys see what he's able to do here. He's very explosive, man. I think he's still underrated, even though, he put them big numbers out. But Jamil Muhammad, coming off that edge, I think he's really going to provide a very, very explosive support, the same way a guy like Josiah Stewart, and these guys are really essentially, in my mind, the way I view them, the same exact player. One played for the national championship and one played at USC. So one, of course, will probably get the credit. But when you look at their numbers, when you look at the way they move and groove, I think Jamil Muhammad is just as good as a guy like Josiah Stewart. You guys can tap in with me. Hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. Jamil Muhammad will be, if not better, than Josiah Stewart next year. And you guys are getting ready to see why. You guys can tap in, hit me in the comments, let me know. Now, here's another thing. Lincoln Riley did say, he said, look, I want to pattern my defense after the Michigan defense. And that's another thing that I really feel good about, because you got a guy like Jamil Muhammad who's able to move and groove as the way he did. And I think that he's going to benefit. He's one of the guys that's going to benefit from this coaching staff as well, being that he's so explosive. And the fact that you want to pattern yourself after Michigan defense, I think you already got a guy that's comparable to a guy like Josiah Stewart. So you have your Josiah Stewart already on the roster. And I think it's going to be straight up go time with a guy like Jamil Muhammad, man. So you guys can tap into me now. As we look at a guy like Josiah, you'll see here, he's coming off the edge as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's coming off the edge as well. You see, he's doing the exact same thing as a guy like Jamil Muhammad. So I think this is where the rubber meets the road, and where we get the same exact players, same exact guys who are going to do essentially the same exact thing, and they're really, I mean, the same exact size, pretty much. I mean, that's what's incredible. So I can't wait till we match up with them, because USC is going to face a guy in Josiah Stewart that's essentially the same way as a guy like Jamil Muhammad. So you guys can tap in with me, and you see the success that Josiah Stewart had coming from Coastal Carolina. You guys know USC was in the run for him, but he ended up going to Michigan. Of course, we ended up getting Jamil Muhammad, but he had great success. But these guys are the exact same positions, man. I want to show you guys their numbers and show you why I think Jamil Muhammad will be better, just as good, if not better, than a guy like Josiah Stewart. There's no knock on him. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. He's a baller. Think out of Brooklyn, New York. I loved him when he transferred to from Coastal Carolina to Michigan. But let's take a look real quick at these numbers real quick. Let's go. So here is the numbers right here. You see on the season, Jamil Muhammad actually had 29 tackles, 6.5 sacks. And look at the height. They got him listed at 6'1", but he's 6'2", and you'll see there it's going to be 245 pounds. And you see 29 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. And look, he had a phenomenal year, man. So look, you guys can hit me in the comment section, and we'll take a look at Josiah Stewart's as well, his information, to see exactly where he stands. And here he is right now. He's at 23 tackles. Remember, Jamil Muhammad had 29, 23 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and he's standing at 6'1", 245 pounds. So you tell me, what's the difference? Jamil's leading in 1 extra sack, a sack and a half extra, and then he's leading with 3 solo tackles more. He's with 26, Josiah, and then Jamil Muhammad is at 29. Tell me what the difference is. I think these guys are essentially the same player, and I think the new structure of the USC football defense, I think is going to benefit a guy like Jamil Muhammad a little bit more than a guy like Josiah Stewart. Jamil Muhammad, look, it's straight up go time with him, man. He is, I'm very, very high on him, man. So look, drop those comments in the comment section. The same way I'm comparing Miller Moss with Jaden Maeva, who wins that competition, I'm doing some comparing and contrast today as well. Josiah Stewart versus Jamil Muhammad. Drop those comments in the comment section. You guys tell me, who do you like? Or the game's pretty much even Steven, or do they have similar playing styles, man? Drop those comments in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. Look, you guys already know where you can find me. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram and USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, don't forget, I use Bucked Up. Bucked Up. Look, it helps me get these. I'm not Superman, but I do try to work out every day, and I use a product called Bucked Up. They have a long line of products. I will leave a link in the description. I use their energy drinks. I use their energy shots. I have their collagen product. So they have a list of stuff, protein. If you use code USCJ32, you guys will get a discount. I will leave that link in the description box. I'm out of here, man. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.